Do you think you know DANDADAN? Have you really noticed its hidden secrets? Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Anime Slice, where we uncover all those mind-blowing details and hidden meanings you might have missed in your favorite anime. But seriously, from the very first episode, this anime is doing some wild stuff that's easy to miss if you're not looking closely. Let's rewind all the way back to episode 1 and trust me, the brilliance starts even before the first scene. First up, Momo in the intro. She's just vibing, grooving, owning that beat. But wait, why does this look so familiar? That dance? Straight out of Rihanna's Where Have You Been music video. Momo just channeled her inner Riri, hitting those moves with pure pop diva precision. But while Momo stealing the spotlight, peek behind her, Okarun and Jin are just doing their own thing. These two hilarious goofs are straight up doing Fortnite emotes in the background. It's not subtle, it's chaotic and it's peak background roll. And here's where it gets real tokusatsu. The creator of DANDADAN, a massive Ultraman fan, and in the intro, one of the aliens hits the classic Specium Ray pose, that iconic cross-armed stance every tokusatsu fan lives for. This isn't just a wink, this is a full-on love letter to Ultraman. Respect. And Okarun, this man doesn't just run, he explodes forward like he's being chased by existential dread itself. That run, that's Akira Fudo from Devilman Crybaby. Arms flailing, body leaning, soul flying, this ain't just running, this is sprinting with trauma, my guy. Now switching gears to the outro, and oh man, Turbo Granny does not hold back. There's a moment where she throws a baseball dead center at a butcher sign that just says, "Meet goodbye." It's absurd, it's random, it's poetic, it's Turbo Granny, baby. DANDADAN's intro and outro aren't just eye candy. They're a treasure chest of pop culture, meme material, and deep cut homages. Right off the bat, we've got Momo swearing by ghosts and Okarun insisting on aliens. It's this hilarious, almost philosophical bet about who's right. But that's not just a funny setup. That core argument, that's the heartbeat of DANDADAN. Seamlessly blending the supernatural with the extraterrestrial from moment one. That's why this show is so uniquely chaotic. Now, if you are like me, you've probably headbanged through the opening theme, Otonoke by Creepy Nuts, because well, it's an absolute banger. But did you know that song is an absolute occult overload? Those lyrics when they say Kuwabara, that's a classic Japanese phrase to ward off evil spirits, like saying knock on wood. And then 444, in Japan, the number 4, shi, sounds like death. So 444 is basically death time. Chilling, right? And here's where it gets even more freaky. Haireta, that's a straight up possession chant from urban legends like I'm inside you now. Seriously, they went all out to set that spooky, wild tone right from the start. And just before we go deeper, Momo's friend in class, she's literally wearing voodoo-style makeup during school hours. Like, girl showed up to homeroom channeling a New Orleans hex spirit. That tells you everything about how casually off the rails this universe is. And here's where it gets juicy. When Okarun tries to convert Momo with this book, most see a crazy alien pamphlet, but frame by frame, this thing is a total goldmine of hidden details. This book brilliantly mixes actual declassified incidents like Gimbal UFO, Tic Tac and USS Omaha with total nonsense like the TR-3A Astra hoax and fictional journal and Donald Trump. That blend of real and fake makes the world feel unsettlingly grounded. Like wait, what if this stuff is actually real? And that's the genius, you never quite know where DANDADAN draws the line. Next up, The foreshadowing in this book is insane. Lines like drag the ship for an hour or national threat, they totally hint at how Okarun's powers, dimensional rifts, and even the government's shady role are gonna come into play in later arcs. And oh boy, flip to the Mars book. This is where the creators went fully unhinged. It's packed with classic real-world conspiracies, reptilians, Illuminati, Project Pegasus, and even Andrew Basiago. And that gem, First Rights on Mars, hilarious jab at humans. Plus, aliens won't make agreements with the US. That line alone hints at what's coming. DANDADAN's aliens don't play by our rules. No treaties, no logic, just interdimensional chaos. And check this out. The alien from before Okarun transforms, total Peter Griffin vibes, and after he transforms, he looks exactly like Dada from Ultraman. That's not a coincidence, it's a loving homage for all you Tokusatsu fans out there. Speaking of wild, remember that iconic moment when Okarun screams his name and UFO just explodes? Total Michael Bay vibes, right? But the internet was joking about it being an explosion of love. It perfectly sets up DANDADAN's over-the-top absurd charm. No subtlety here, folks. So yeah, episode 1 isn't just a crazy ghost versus alien fight setup. It's a detailed, layered pilot packed with real-world references, deep lore, foreshadowing, satire, and enough chaotic energy to power a small country. And we're only just getting started. Now if you thought episode 1 was packed, episode 2 just ramps up the hidden layers. Remember Momo saying Granny as they enter the house? The camera actually lingers on a Manikineku doll. That's brilliant foreshadowing, hinting it'll become Turbo Granny's next body. How sneaky is that? And for all you old school fans, when Okarun's hair turns white and he powers up, that transformation sound, it's the exact same sound from the original 1966 Ultraman. Talk about a deep cut. Plus, the Flatwoods monster stance totally echoes classic sumo wrestling. Speaking of Turbo Granny, here's a mind blower. She's voiced by Mayumi Tanaka. Why is that cool? She's also the iconic voice of Luffy from One Piece. You can totally hear those classic Luffy inflections in her Manikineku form. It's hilarious once you know it. And that talisman that burns Okarun if he crosses under it, that's not just random. It references Japanese folklore where spiritual seals along shrine lines are used to block spirits. They're baking in real cultural content. Finally, how about Momo slamming Okarun into the wall? It looks cool, but it also symbolizes her firm control over his chaotic curse. And the fading black fog in the cave? It's a subtle visual cue from episode 1, showing the shift between normal and supernatural realms. Alright, buckle up because episode 3, it's a granny versus granny clash, takes the craziness to a whole new level all while sneaking in some incredible details. First up, the animation in that opening roadside duel. Saint Saru is just showing off. It's so meditative, almost serene even as these two grandmothers are ducking it out. The animators actually kept the countryside background super calm to highlight the chaos. It's just incredible craft. Then we meet Momo's grandmother, Seiko Ayase. She's not your typical granny, right? With her hoop earrings, stylish bat, and that lollipop she's casually munching on. She's channeling this super youthful, confident vibe. That lollipop even nods to characters like Runa Yomozuki from Kakegurui, giving her that playful, unexpected flair. Her barrier technique is also genius. 2 concentric circles and a nail. Then she erases the inner ring to trap Turbo Granny in the harmful zone. It's this super clever one nail, one move setup that shows just how strategic she is. But look closer at her bat. Yeah, that's no ordinary slugger. It literally has the power of Nessie engraved on it. Like the Loch Ness monster? What does that even mean? Is it a spiritual nod, a flex, a hidden connection to cryptids? Either way, it's peak DANDADAN nonsense and we love it. Their power training? Hilarious. Okarun can't get possessed if Momo watches him even for a bathroom break. The way Momo hides and peeks just adds to the absurd humor as they try to figure out these crazy supernatural rules. Momo discovers she can see auras and manipulate psychokinesis by grabbing aura, and Seiko tells her to feel without looking. It's like an old master teaching martial arts beyond sight. This episode really starts building out the unique spiritual mechanics of DANDADAN. That's it for this one, our deep dive into DANDADAN episode 1 to 3. Now if you liked DANDADAN, then Mob Psycho 100 and Ghost Stories are some more animes like this one. If you loved finding these hidden gems, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on our next deep dive into the anime universe.